Have you ever wondered how a bunch of yellow cartoon characters could foresee the future with such uncanny accuracy? Welcome to the curious world of The Simpsons, an animated sitcom that has time and again proven to be eerily proficient at predicting future events. From technology trends to political shifts, these Springfield residents seem to have an uncanny ability to glimpse into the crystal ball of time. Their predictions range from the laughably absurd to the startlingly real. Remember when they predicted smartwatches, years before they became a staple? Or when they eerily anticipated the outcome of a presidential election? These are just a few examples from an extensive list that will make your jaw drop. This is not a mere coincidence, and we're about to prove it. So fasten your seatbelts and prepare for a roller coaster ride through a world where fiction seems to shape reality. Join us as we delve into the world of Springfield and its prophetic inhabitants. Let's rewind to the 90s, when The Simpsons first started dropping their crystal ball gags. The yellow-skinned, four-fingered residents of Springfield had a knack for peering into the future. It was during this era, the dawn of The Simpsons' prophetic prowess, that we saw some remarkable predictions unfold. One of the most notable examples is the uncanny foreshadowing of the Siegfried and Roy Tiger attack. In a 1993 episode, the duo of magical entertainers were mauled by their white tiger during a performance. Fast forward to 2003, the real Siegfried and Roy faced a strikingly similar fate, with Roy being severely injured by one of their own white tigers on stage. The eerie resemblance between the show's parody and the real-life event was a chilling testament to The Simpsons' predictive accuracy. But The Simpsons' clairvoyance didn't stop there. 7 years later, in a 2000 episode, we saw a tongue-in-cheek take on the infamous butterfly ballot debacle that marred the US presidential elections that same year. The episode featured a voting machine that switched votes, a scenario that echoed the faulty voting machines in Florida that led to a recount and an eventual Supreme Court decision. The Simpsons' portrayal of this event, months before it happened, left viewers astounded. The 90s also saw The Simpsons predict smartwatches and autocorrect fails years before they became a part of our everyday lives. These predictions, made in the context of comedic gags and satirical storylines, were not only prescient, but also a testament to the show's clever writing and cultural commentary. In the grand scheme of things, these predictions might seem like mere coincidences or even stretches of the imagination. But when you consider the sheer number of accurate predictions, it's hard not to wonder if the creators of the show have a crystal ball tucked away somewhere in the writer's room. And that was just the beginning. As the years rolled on, the predictions only got more precise. As we entered the new millennium, The Simpsons didn't miss a beat. The show's uncanny knack for accurate predictions continued unabated, with some of the most mind-boggling forecasts surfacing in the early 2000s. Take, for instance, the episode The Wizard of Evergreen Terrace, where Homer turns into an inventor. On a chalkboard, amidst a jumble of equations, the mass of the Higgs boson particle, a crucial element in the field of particle physics, was predicted. This was a full 14 years before its actual discovery by scientists in 2012. The Simpsons, it appears, had their finger on the pulse of scientific breakthroughs. Then there's the episode Politically Inept, with Homer Simpson, that aired in 2012. The show predicted Greece's debt default 3 years before it became a reality. The episode featured a news ticker with the headline, "Europe puts Greece on eBay," a satirical dig at the country's financial crisis. The Simpsons seem to have a knack for merging humor and real-world issues, subtly hinting at possible future events. These examples demonstrate that the show's writers were not just creating entertaining plots, but were also astute observers of global trends and scientific advancements. These predictions, some might say, are mere coincidences or the result of the show's long run. But when one considers the accuracy and the specificity of these forecasts, it's hard to dismiss them as mere luck or chance. It's as if the show's creators had a crystal ball, giving them a glimpse into the future. The Simpsons' predictions from the early 2000s are a testament to the show's clever writing and its uncanny ability to predict significant world events. It seems that the creators of this iconic show have a knack for looking into the crystal ball of the future and accurately predicting what's to come. But The Simpsons didn't stop there. They had their sights set on the future. Fast forward to the 2010s, and The Simpsons were still at it. Still spinning their whimsical tales and, unbeknownst to us, still weaving the fabric of the future. The 2010s saw some of the most astoundingly accurate predictions the show has ever made. One of the most talked about instances is the prediction of Donald Trump's presidency. In the year 2000, an episode titled Bart to the Future depicted Lisa Simpson as president, succeeding after a certain Donald Trump. Who would have thought that 16 years later this offhand joke would become a reality? Then there was that time the show predicted Disney's acquisition of 20th Century Fox. In a 1998 episode, a sign can be seen outside a 20th Century Fox studio proclaiming it as a division of Walt Disney Company. Fast forward 2 decades, and this seemingly random joke turned into a billion-dollar deal. And we can't forget the time The Simpsons predicted the Nobel Prize winner. In 2010, Milhouse, Bart's best friend, bet that Bengt Holmstrom would win the Nobel Prize in economics. 6 years later, Holmstrom did indeed receive the prestigious award. From the trivial to the monumental, The Simpsons seemed to have an uncanny knack for seeing into the future. But it wasn't just the big events they got right. The show also predicted technological advances like smartwatches and autocorrect fails long before they became part of our everyday lives. It's fascinating, isn't it? How a simple animated sitcom can seemingly predict the future with such eerie accuracy. It makes you wonder if the creators have a crystal ball hidden away in their writer's room. Or perhaps it's just a case of life imitating art. Either way, The Simpsons has proven time and again that it's more than just a cartoon. But what about the future? What does The Simpsons predict for us? Well, buckle up, because we're about to delve into one of the show's most intriguing predictions, the year 2033. Stay tuned. The year is 2033. What does The Simpsons foresee? As we venture into the future, we find ourselves in an episode where The Simpsons creators have spun a tale that is set a decade from now. In this particular episode, the storyline takes us to a future where The Simpsons' hometown of Springfield has undergone a transformation. Gone are the familiar sights of Moe's Tavern and the Quickie Mart. In their place, we find a cityscape that is futuristic, yet strangely familiar. The Simpsons, always a mirror to society, reflect a world that has grappled with the challenges of the 21st century and come out on the other side. The prediction for 2033, as laid out by The Simpsons, is interesting to say the least. The creators envision a world that is both technologically advanced and socially progressive. A world where inventions and innovations we can only dream of today are commonplace. A world where societal norms have evolved and the lines between reality and virtual reality are blurred. What does this mean for us? How do we interpret this prediction? It's easy to dismiss it as just another storyline in a long-running TV show. But based on The Simpsons' track record, it's worth taking a closer look. The show's creators have a knack for capturing the zeitgeist, for seeing trends before they become apparent, for predicting the future with uncanny accuracy. Could they be right again? Could the world of 2033 look like the Springfield of the future? Could the predictions woven into a cartoon storyline actually come to pass? It's hard to say. The future, as always, is uncertain. But one thing is for sure. The Simpsons have given us a glimpse of what could be. So, as we look ahead to the next decade, we do so with a sense of anticipation, of curiosity, and yes, a bit of trepidation. What will 2033 bring? What challenges and opportunities will it present, and how will we, like The Simpsons, adapt and evolve? Only time will tell if this prediction comes true, but based on their track record, I wouldn't bet against them. From the 90s to the future, The Simpsons have shown us time and again that they have a strange knack for seeing into the future. They've predicted a remarkable array of events, from technological advancements to political shifts, often with a level of detail that's uncanny. We've journeyed through the decades, revisiting their foresight and marveling at their accuracy. In the 90s, they foresaw the dominance of big tech. In the 2000s, they hinted at major political changes. In the 2010s and beyond, they delved into societal shifts and the impact of climate change. And now we've arrived at their 2033 prediction, a vision of the future that is intriguing and, given their track record, quite possibly prophetic. The Simpsons' predictions serve as a fascinating testament to the show's cultural insight and creative genius. So next time you watch an episode of The Simpsons, pay close attention. You never know, you might just get a glimpse of the future.